Good day and welcome back to Mudawana International Koryo Gumdo training session. This is for week of 9/28/2020. Today we're going to be working on a couple different areas. The first thing is we're going to do some agility work, working on maneuvering, twirling the sword, maneuvering and twirling, and cutting combinations. Okay, then from there we're going to go into a fencing drill that we practice. This is an old fencing drill, the AB combat drill, and we're going to be working on that today. Then we're going to practice some of our cutting skills. We're going to work on combination, doing some target practice, and being in position, proper position, making sure the sword is in proper position so when you actually do live blade cutting, you are successful at it. We're going to be using targets and just striking targets off of the standards that we have. Okay, let's get going. Okay, we're going to work on some twirling right now. When we're handling the sword, you want to be aware of the blade, obviously, so you don't cut yourself. But we're going to start out with some simple twirls. All right, the first one is going to be a forward, just a forward twirl, bringing it down. Let that wrist go upward, or the palm go upward, bring it back around and into regular guard position. So from here, twirl from, this is a forward twirl where the blade goes down. Don't let it go into, the blade go into your leg, but turn that palm up, bring it along your side and back up. So you can practice forward twirl. Okay? Then just the opposite, the spine of the sword is coming back towards you. Let it run along your side of your body, turn the blade outward and back to position. So it can come in this direction here. So forward twirl, back twirl. Okay? The next one would be crossing over. So here with a down cut, down cut. Every time it comes to your side, the blade turns away. So you're cutting down, cutting down. Cut and roll, cut and roll. Okay? Then just the opposite would be rising and turn that blade away, set it up, rising, rising. Okay, these are some basic twirling techniques, and then we'll go on. Okay, we're now going to go through from a standard grip, a forward twirl into an inverted grip. So at this point, the blade comes down, palm faces up, fingers curl underneath. You continue the momentum of the sword. It comes down. So now, looking at my hand, at this point, I just grab and I can bring it to my side with an inverted grip. Okay, so from here, roll, invert, roll and invert. Okay, bringing it back out, roll and invert. Okay, now to bring it from inverted, you can bring it across and roll it forward right back into the grip. Okay, so I roll, invert. I can cut across or swing it across. At this point it catches. I let the momentum carry it. I flip it back forward and set my fingers into the standard grip. Roll, cross, and forward. Roll, cross, and forward. Roll, catch. Bring it across. across, and forward. Okay, so these are different drills that you can work on. Okay, so take some time, practice in both hands. Okay, once you got it down in your right, practice it in your left so that you can feel comfortable handling the sword in both hands. Okay, these are some of the twirling drills we're going to be practicing this week.
Go. Go. Bringing it back, going backwards. Go.
All right?
Go. Go. 180 cut. So you could step through it, 1, 2, get your stance, with an angle cut, or jump. Go. Then move up to the next. Then the second person has room to move up. Jump straight up. Take off and land in the middle of the same square. Go.
I was.
Body will be going counterclockwise. Come around 360. Work on, if you're gonna jump, work on landing with balance. And cut. Go, first person's up to the middle of the first. Move up, and then the second person's have room.
Stay at the orange.
I'm putting room. See, that's why I was pointing in the direction, Shane.
Okay, now we're gonna practice the AB combat drill. Okay, we're gonna start with part A. I'm gonna walk through each move for it, and then we'll go on to part B and go through each move. Okay? I will show first facing you and then turn around and face the other direction. All right, from guard position, my left foot is stepping in, executing a left strike to the head. Slide back, execute a hanging block. Step forward, front cut. At this point, step back, right hand arc, move back, left hand arc, moving in, executing a cross cut. At this point, your attacker is going to lift that sword up, duck under, and sweep your legs. You're going to pick up your front foot first and your left foot, so a little scissors jump, okay? As you land with your left foot in front and execute a cross cut. From this position, you are going to step forward 2 times and execute a right-left cut. Right, left. Move away into guard posture. Okay? Again. From here. Left cut, hanging, front cut, arc. Move away, arc, move in, cross cut. At this point, scissor jump, left cut. From here, right, left. Move into guard. Okay, you can practice that and get comfortable with it, and then we'll move on to B.
Cross cut. Slide back, right hanging block. Step in, butt cut. Step back, right side, left side, right in, right side. Okay. Should we try the B?
Okay, we're gonna start practicing part B now. I'm gonna show you facing, then I'll show you with my back to you, and then you can practice part B, okay? So part B, the attack is coming in. You're stepping back with the right foot, right side block. Step forward, front cut. Step back, hanging block. Now pivot around, duck under, and thrust. Moving in, execute a right side. From here, left side block. Now at this point, you're going to push the sword up, step forward, and sweep low onto the leg, where they're gonna do a scissor jump. You're gonna pick up the sword with your right hand and do an arc block. At this point, you're gonna walk backward twice, executing right cut, left cut, and then into guard. Okay? Let's do that facing the other direction. Ready. Block, front cut, hanging block. Duck under the sword, thrust, move in, cross cut. Left side block. At this point, push the weapon up, cut low to the legs, execute an arc block. From here, retreating, right cut, left cut, into guard. Okay, this is part B of the AB fencing drill. Practice this, and then you'll see where they're practicing back and forth. Practice begin.
Block. Step in, cut. Step back, right hanging block. Underneath, thrust. Skip in, right cross. Left side block.
Okay, now in this part of the practice, as an individual, what you can do is you can practice A and then move right into B, because when we demonstrate it for each other, the one person will be A, the other will be B, and once they go through the sequence, then they switch roles, and B becomes A and A becomes B. So we're gonna go through that right now. Okay, this is A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Guard. Now I'm B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then guard. And then return. So in each of this drill, you can practice part A and part B. Now, if you notice, yes. Yes.
That's 1, 2.
Now, one of the points I want to bring up, if you notice, this is not a straightforward backward routine. This routine kind of veers off to the side as they jump over the sword and move over and does a cross cut. This kind of turns it. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a 90-degree turn. It could be a 45. It just depends on the individuals practicing it. It's going to be a little curve off to the side. Okay? practice.
Now you cover this side. Nope. Go. Other side. If you had one, you do like this one.
I got a sidewalk. No pressure.
Okay, we're now going to go over some of the basic cutting and doing some target practice. So I have a standard setup right here with these foam targets on them, and we're just going to practice moving from the different positions into the single cuts at this time. Okay. Okay, the first technique we're going to practice is from high posture, executing a right angle cut. Okay, so from here. Now as we do this, we're in our high posture, and I want to angle it, or I want to measure it so that my sword would have the correct length, so that if I was cutting, I wouldn't just nick it, but I would be able to cut through the target. I also want to make sure that I'm not too close to it. So I want to set in right about the sweet spot, which sits between 6 and 8 inches in. Okay. From this position, high posture. Return. Moving into left from high posture, shuffling in, and left cut. Work on from a front guard position, approaching, executing the right angle cut and the left angle cut. And left angle. Hiya! We're going to practice from a low side guard posture, and we're going to move in and execute our rising cut, our right angle rising cut and our left angle rising cut.
Hiya. 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 Hiya.
Okay, now I'm going to demonstrate combination cut, rising cut, into readjusting into a second rising cut.
Hiya. Hiya. Hiya.
I'm going to demonstrate a right angle down cut, adjusting into a left rising cut.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to execute a right angle down cut, spin, right angle rising cut.
Yeah.
Okay, these are some of the different cutting techniques that you can practice. It's all about your footwork, and it's all about being in proper position to execute the right angles, the left angles, the rising cuts, things like that, okay? So practice these, do multiple repetitions of each of these cuts, make them natural. Making sure when you are executing your cut that you are drawing a straight line, okay? If you angle or swoop on your cut, or your blade starts to tilt, it will prevent you from actually cutting with a live blade. So you wanna make sure your blade stays flat coming through on that angle. You gotta practice drawing a straight line, okay? Then, stay comfortable, stay relaxed, move fluidly, do not be rigid. Let your body move the sword, don't just swing with your arms, okay? So have your hips, your body position. When you step into it, step in toe heel to stop your forward momentum so that you can drop into the level you need to be at to execute that cut. As you move in, I want to bring this up to anyone who's beginning to learn to cut. If this is the target here and I'm moving into the target, if I'm coming and lowering my body as I cut, what is happening, it's kind of like an airplane landing. You're not getting a straight line, you're getting a drawn out line, okay? So make sure you hit your level and you cut on that angle through, okay? All right, this is all for the cutting for today, and this is all target practice right now, so practice these reps, and that'll be all for the cutting for today. Thank you.
Work the technique and let it flow. Just practice. Sorry, practice.
Oh! Excuse me, guys.
The guy doesn't like to do.
You were not?
You were right.
Keep practicing.
Okay, you call this one.
Bingo.
Okay, from? From what?
Let's see that.
Wood cross cut.
Wood cross cut, wood thrust from the hip, from the shoulder,